to be able to collect additional dragons. While those dragons are actually in that layer, they're basically just there as storage. Just gives you an opportunity to put them aside while you're working on your current dragons. Pick and choose, so you don't have to necessarily, get that rare dragon and put it down.
Yeah, those of you out there who aggressively use draconic flutes, you no longer have to release your ancients. You kind of have this storage area where you can just drag them. And like Rod said, when they're in the dragon chamber, they don't have any functionality. You can't send them on processes like you could if they're in the lair. You can't call them like you could if they were in the stable. But instead of releasing them or donating them to the latest academy, you have an additional place to store them. And as you can see on Rod's screens, there's a lot of extra space there, and it's actually 2 full tabs of those pages. So, I mean, really, I think we totaled this up, it's almost 100 slots, I believe.
Well, there's 8 rows, is it? Yeah.
Uh-oh. Put us on the spot
Okay.
for some math.
Ready for your math?
Yes, got it.
8 times 6?
96 slots.
96 slots?
That's my answer.
That's your answer?
Yes, final answer.
Well, 8 times 6 is what, 64 times 2? It's not going to be 96.
Okay, I'm wrong. There's a lot of them. There's a lot
It's
of
over
stuff
100.
there.
We'll just go with that for now. We'll stop there. So we've got the Dragon Chamber. It's one of those features that'll be out this next week. What else we got coming up for you? Well, actually, let me talk about something else for you real quick. I'm going to show you a site. We're going to start featuring some of the player-made stuff, lack of a better word, because I completely forgot what I was going to say. And this particular week, we're going to feature a website that's been put together. Some of you guys may have seen it before. It's called DPTome. We'll see if this actually shows up on the screen here correctly. That's not DPTome. It's a very good site, though, SOE Live. It's a great place to be. Hey, DPTome. There we go. DPTome has been created by a number of our players from the Outcry has put it together with help of a lot of the community. It's completely a fan-created and fan-supported site, and it's got a lot of really cool stuff in it. Big thing that I really think is cool is the maps. So this interactive map that they have here allows you to actually go in here, zoom in, take a look at the different continents, the different areas. Why is that not focusing? Hey, look at that. There we go. But not only do you have the map and you can kind of scroll around, they've also added extra things on there, such as like dungeon locations, name mob locations, flight paths for some of the ancient dragons, and they're continuing to update this and add additional data for the players. It becomes a really good resource.
Yeah, it looks neat because they're actually really on top of their game too, because that's Wintertide.
That was Wintertide right there.
Yep, and they actually have the ancient flight path before we've seen Wintertide, so that's good.
Another one of the cool features on here is the Mastery calculator. It's something a lot of people have been looking for, and it's a great a tool to work with if you want to work out what your plan is and plan ahead a little bit so you don't have to reset your mastery so often. What else is in here? They've got a bunch of things that they're working on right now, so a lot of it isn't finished, and they're certainly looking for help from the players to provide data to them. On the site, they've got the Contact Us, allows them to report bugs to them and give them more information.
Yeah, I'm really a big fan of that map feature too, because one of the things that as I play, I looked for was just general locations of public events, and that's really a good resource for, public events. So, because it pretty much shows all of them on the map.
Todd's making fun of me because 6 times 8 was not 64. It was
I
48, so it was 96. You were right.
Yes.
Look at that. I'm like completely just
That's
stupid.
like some not even napkin math. Heritage math.
So again, DPTome, feel free to go check it out. It's a really kind of cool little site. And we wanted to feature some of the player-made stuff. We're going to try to work on that going forward, possibly bring in some of the videos that people have submitted next week, some different sites and activities. So if you've got stuff, certainly let us know. We'll be happy to try to help out and show you off some of your stuff.
Yeah, we always value anything that you guys put together, even if it's just, streaming your gameplay or helping make tutorial videos, anything like that. We're really big on promoting what our community does, and that's like a great site like DPTome. We're happy to promote that.
Well, that was cool.
You're no Cyrus.
Okay.
I'm going to kill people. No, I'm not. Okay. So let's see. What else should we show you? What's another feature?
Let's talk about the Dragon Sanctuary.
Dragon Sanctuary.
I know people have seen it on their guild technology list for quite some time now, I think, over the last month. And it's kind of been this technology piece that you haven't been able to unlock because of it not being fully developed yet. So we're making progress on the on the Dragon Sanctuary, and we're actually going to show it to you I think for one of the first times we can actually zone in. Now, it's not 100% complete in its current iteration, and that's partially because there's varying levels of the guild technology, and only the first couple of them are completed. But you'll actually get a chance to zone in with us for the first time and check it out. So let's go ahead and head in.
Just to show off real quick, this is the technology tree in case anybody hasn't seen it before. And this particular one right here is the Draconic Sanctuary. In order to actually get the Sanctuary, you're going to need to be a guild level 3. At guild level 3, you'll be able to purchase this technology, and it won't actually cost any points for you for that initial point. After that, you can level it up, and it'll cost points for that. Once you've actually opened it up, this right here, which before had little chains on it, will now open up, and it'll allow you to teleport to your guild Draconic Sanctuary.
Draconic Sanctuary. Yep, so here we go. We're inside. Basically, the only people who can zone into this location are people in your guild after you've activated the technology. So it kind of gives, if you play, have a guild that spans multiple servers, it kind of gives you that centralized point where folks on Kronos or folks on Lycia can zone in together and, you know, trade or just interact, maybe use your flutes in here. Actually, flutes are receiving a change so that they can only be used in the Draconic Sanctuary. So you'll be able to kind of combine your efforts with people cross-server and interact on a more personal level than having to zone into a dungeon or that sort of thing. And yes, one of our questions in the chat is, are there new load screens? Yes, there are. The art has been updated for all the load screens, so you'll see that every time we zone. Kind of some neat concept art.
Some really neat concept art. Another one of the guild technologies we're actually turning on with this update is the guild storage. And it's also available on that guild technology page. Once you've opened it up, you can access it at the guild Draconic Sanctuary.
Draconic Sanctuary.
I have so much trouble saying that. And it's just basically a shared bank slot that allows you to share among your guild. It does have a log that supports it, so you can see who's putting things in, taking things out. And it also has some options that you can pick through the guild management system.
Yeah. And that's a great resource for crafters out there too, because as your guild collects recipes, you know, if you want to just hand them off to other people in your guild, you can always exchange it through there. Now, the guild leader does have to flag permissions, I believe, for folks to access the guild storage, and you also have to have the technology to access it. If you don't have the technology for the guild storage, but you do just have the Draconic Sanctuary, you'll be able to zone in, but you won't be able to interact with that chest.
So there's a few other features that actually are in the Sanctuary that you'll be able to access as you level it up. A few of those are listed on the screen right here. You've got access to a Shard Attunement if you'd like to. For those that may be familiar with the Shard Attunement, you may notice that we have actually a new screen for it now. It gives you the ability to combine 10 things at once instead of just doing one at a time. Speed up the combining of it a little bit. Strings. But let me close out of that real quick. Go back to the agent.
I actually can hear her talking to you. Did you hear that?
I look forward to your return.
Yeah. She looks forward to my return.
Yeah.
You can also get access to the shard removal. Also, you can get access to your lair directly through the guild agent.
Yeah, so the Draconic Sanctuary is kind of designed around giving you a place to use your flutes, and you know, a lot of people now in the world will just generally summon dragons next to lair managers, and that might not be an optimal experience for other people who just want to set their dragon processes up. So it kind of makes things a little bit more efficient by having the lair manager inside of the Draconic Sanctuary. But I do think you have to have a second or third tier of guild technology for that, right?
That is correct. Yeah. That is one of the perks as you raise up your guild sanctuary. Draconic Sanctuary.
Draconic Sanctuary.
I'm going to mess that up every time. So what else we got for you? Just to talk a little bit about the Draconic Sanctuary is there are some other features that will be coming up with it very soon. It is going to include some activities that your guild will be able to actually do inside the Sanctuary. Once we have a little bit more of a build that supports that, we'll be happy to show that off in a future update for you. Sadly, it's something that didn't make the build right now, so we'll hopefully see it maybe next time.
And the Sanctuary is really designed to kind of be a gathering place for your guild. There's going to be a lot of features in the future that will probably extend the functionality of it just in general. And as Rod mentioned, not only do you summon dragons in here with your flutes, but we're also adding mechanics where in the future there'll be an altar inside of the Draconic Sanctuary, and you can offer random items that you find in the game to it. And those items, depending on their rarities and types, may be able to spawn certain types of bosses, and those bosses may be a guild objective, and they're going to have loot that is unique to the encounter. So a lot of stuff to look forward to in the Draconic Sanctuary, and I think it's great because it gives guilds another higher level challenge to work together to overcome.
Just going to leave here real quick. Let's see what do we got here. Questions. Currently, we are not planning on offering a guild tech reset with this particular update. We are doing a mastery reset with this update, so expect that coming out this next week. As we flush out more of the guild tech, we might look into giving a free reset, but currently we're not. What else we got for you? What else we want to talk about? Just to step out of game real quick again, we'll go to my other webpage that I had set up for you guys that you guys didn't. You guys all didn't see it, right? SOE Live. Just want to talk about that for you a little bit. SOE Live is coming up beginning of August.
Yeah, really excited. It's a great time of year.
It'll be fun. Every year, it's lots of fun.
Yes, a lot of good stories come out of SOE Live.
A lot of bad stories come out of SOE Live too,
Yeah,
but
let's not talk about
that's a whole
that
different
part.
story.
Yeah.
If you don't know what SOE Live is, it's an opportunity that we have every year. We have a celebration celebrating just SOE in all of our games. It's a chance for you to come out and really appreciate the games that we provide for you and come out and meet us. You know, see us there. We bring a lot of the development staff. This building is pretty much empty. All of our buildings are empty during that time. We pretty much are all in Vegas.
Yep.
It's a great 3-day weekend. There's all kinds of cool stuff. If you attend, that you'll get T-shirts, you'll get goodie bags, you get access to all of our panels. We've got, I would say, probably like 50 different panels that are going on.
Yeah, a lot of good information in those panels too. And it's at the Planet Hollywood this year.
It is.
Yeah,
That'll
nice
be fun.
venue.
We're right there.
Yeah.
In the panels, we've got 2 different Dragon's Prophet panels we'll be doing, giving you an opportunity to meet with us, talk with us, and discuss some parts of the game. What else we got? We've got the live quests that go on. There's plenty of contests that go on that they're giving away. Like there's a DCO contest. It's like a $6,000 one. Well, actually, you can see the rotators going through. Planet Side, EverQuest, a bunch of different contests going on. Banquets, costume contest is always fun too.
Yeah, pool party.
Pool party. Wow, memories. So yeah, SOE Live is coming up. I believe this is actually the last week to register. I'm pretty sure on that. So if you're interested in going, do so soon. One of the other cool things we do with SOE Live every year is pretty much all the games will design an item to give away to the players that attend SOE Live. So we've done the same, and we wanted to make sure that we found some cool way to make Dragon's Prophet really feel at home with us at SOE. And really feel part of our games.
Yeah, and you know, if you're on the fence of, if you're a Dragon's Prophet player and you're on the fence of deciding whether or not you wanted to go to SOE Live, I urge you to pay attention to the next 2 minutes because this is probably one of the best things I've seen. So go for it.
So here's what we actually have. We have a free dragon that we're going to be giving away to anyone that attends SOE Live. For those that actually might be familiar with some of our titles like EverQuest and EverQuest 2, you may notice this red dragon. It's familiar because it's Negafin. Negafin is a boss mob that's been around in EQ1, EQ2.
He's really just kind of an iconic legend to the whole EverQuest IP, and we were fortunate enough to be able to have our version of him in our game. Anyone who goes to SOE Live gets this dragon for free for attending, and as you can see, he's just a fantastic model. It's pretty much true to the same art that Negafin uses in EverQuest series. So, as you can see, as Dartok brags right here on his shiny Negafin, it's pretty awesome. He also has a unique ability called Treasure Hunter's Satchel. It's a play on one of the items that he dropped in EverQuest 1, and in Dragon's Prophet, you can use it as a buff. It lasts for 2 hours with a 12-hour cooldown, and it increases drop rate by 3%.
So I want that dragon. I know I do.
I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. It was great when we actually saw the first time we saw it in game. It was amazing to sit there and see him.
Yeah, and I believe that the Negafin promotional dragon is only for our North American server, for the SOE server. Is that correct?
I don't know that for sure.
Okay.
Don't know.
Okay.
That's technically available. We'll see. But yes, to answer your question that somebody said, you can only get it by going to SOE Live. It is going to be exclusive to there. As for adding other ones in the future, who knows? We'll see. We wanted to do something very special this time, so this is what we ended up with, is Negafin. And he is cool. He is metal. Super metal.
Super metal. I'm just jealous watching you flying him there. I can't wait to
I know, he's so cool
get
looking.
a hold of him.
It's cool because he's got the cool horns and everything like that. It makes him very unique compared to the other dragons.
And just his general model, you know, it's like a lot of the ancient dragons are really cool, but this is a completely unique model. So neat.
So, SOE Live, like to see you guys there.
Yeah.
Get yourself Negafin. That'll be cool.
Yeah, and come hang out with us. That's cool too.
Maybe.
Can
We'll
I-
see if that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else we got? One of the things that I think is really cool that we're actually have coming up in this next update is an additional apartment. For those that haven't seen apartments before, let me actually go to a housing zone. Failing miserably on doing so.
Yeah, so if you've seen housing so far, you're familiar with the general apartment system, how you can go to the apartment manager and then purchase one and zone in. It's kind of your own private area. Because players were really interested in housing and the general lot prices were a little pretty expensive, we've kind of given an additional option to purchase a unique housing location that you can customize and build. It's kind of in an instanced area, so your friends can access it by going through the apartment manager, and Dartalk's going to show it off.
So just to cover a little bit in case anybody hasn't seen apartments before and you're kind of interested in the housing system, is we do have the outside housing area, which is available for everybody to see. You have the ability to go out there and purchase a lot. We should run out here real quick and show you one of them.
And we had a question earlier in general chat asking if the lot prices were going to be reduced with this build, and the answer is yes. And the price cuts are pretty dramatic too, so maybe we'll start to see some of these a little bit more populated in the future.
So like, what is that one? That one's
Looks like
that one's 3 million. So that's 3 million. That's a pretty good size one. What is that? A 3 by 2? No, 2 by 3. So these prices, while still up there, because it is expected that it's mainly your high levels that are going to get into the lots. It's also going to be part of the frontier system when we really get into that frontier system. But we want to make it accessible for other players to actually do housing. And the way we're going to do that is through the apartments. The apartments are not too expensive. I think the cheapest one, somebody mentioned in chat, is 100K right now, is what we've changed them to. Once you've purchased your 100K apartment, which you can do through the apartment manager, you actually go to your apartment. Let's go visit my home. Okay, so this right here is your initial apartment that you can purchase for $100,000. One of the cool features they have with this is over on the side here, there's a little tool you can play with, and you can upgrade your apartment. So I'm just going to upgrade a couple of them real quick to get the second one.
Under construction.
Cool little animation. I
One
thought that
moment,
was cool.
please. Wow, that was quick.
So what it does for you is it adds in an additional room. So then you can actually decorate this one if you want. There is a second version of that, which I'll skip right now. It basically ends up making 2 extra rooms off onto the left of the room that was currently there. So then we have this one. The secret apartment is our brand new one that's being added. And what's kind of cool with this one is, let's build it real quick.
It's not really an apartment at all.
Sure it is.
I've never lived in an apartment that looks like that.
So it's kind of really small. It's circular. So now I'll let you.
What does that crystal do? Oh, that's the real thing.
That's going to give you the opportunity to teleport to your secret apartment. Your secret apartment is a floating island. So this floating island is pretty good size. It's actually large enough that it'll place pretty much all of the houses we currently have in game on the lot itself. This area is going to be really cool looking when we get a lot of people decorating them and making them really cool.
When I was testing it out the other day, I actually tried to spawn the largest house, and it fit no problem, and even gave me space for some decorations outside of it too.
So for example, the large house Lilia Model C is actually what we gave out in
This is with the Dragon Lord pack, right?
Yeah, it was the Dragon Lord pack.
Right.
That's where we handed that out for. So let me throw that one out there really quick. So you can see it fits quite a bit onto this area. Let me just throw it down, run around a little bit. Let me lock that so I don't actually mess it up.
Do you get the nice ambient music with your house also?
Yeah, yeah. I'll sit there and actually, do the music for you all the time.
Okay.
So we got a couple people asking how much it costs. I don't remember actually what it is, because it is the actual purchase of this apartment is a station cash cost. It is something you'll be able to purchase in the marketplace when you upgrade your apartment to this size. One of the things that we are going to do in appreciation for all the players that actually purchased the Dragon Lord and the Dragon Master pack is we're going to give you this item for free. So look forward to that this next week in your mailbox. If everything works correctly in my script, you'll actually have it there. We'll see. If not, you can blame me. I will try my best to make sure that works. But everybody that purchased the Dragon Lord and the Dragon Master pack is going to get it for free, so they have an opportunity to place their house.
Yep, and all the furniture that came with your packs, you'll get a good place to put it. And I think somebody in chat asked about a teleportation skill. I'm not really sure if this is what they're referring to, but with the Wintertide update, I believe we're calling it GU.2,
Open beta update.
open beta
Yeah. Open beta
point
update.
two.
Point
Sorry, but a new skill is granted. It's called Osiran Egress, and it allows you to instantly teleport back to your housing area. So
Do you know what the recast is on that?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I've only used it one time, but it allows you to basically teleport back to your house. So it gives you another way to get there without having to travel to the portal up to the housing areas.
And just to promote our marketplace, there is also items that you can purchase. Actually, are those on the marketplace? That's a good question.
I don't know.
should check that.
Maybe put them there.
I know they came with the Dragon Lord pack. You received some of the Home Sweet Homes. It's apparently a 1-hour cooldown.
Yeah.
It's a good thing these people know the answers.
I
And
know.
we don't.
DPTome is helping us out here. A lot of good info.
So, just for the sake of going to it real quick, we threw together a couple little houses, give you an idea what some of the decorations look like. So this is one Merv threw together, I think, earlier today.
Yeah.
It's kind of limited on time, so we got the house sitting there. Is that the mansion?
That is the exquisite mansion. That's one of the bigger houses, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that one's actually out and available yet, but will be in the future. But you can see all of the furniture inside here as he decorated his house.
Just kind of randomly threw some neat furniture around the place. I actually like that fireplace a lot.
Yeah,
And
I
don't go
like that.
upstairs. I didn't clean upstairs.
You didn't clean upstairs?
No,
Okay,
don't,
we
don't
won't
go
go up there.
upstairs.
I think we've got one more to show real quick too. While I'm here, let me run outside real quick.
Yeah.
Show off that. So what else we got going on? What other cool features and systems? We got this weird little thing down in the corner for the map. I don't know why that's there.
It's your field of vision.
It is. I don't know why it's there though.
It's your windshield.
Exactly. What else? We've got a lot of bug fixes that went in with this. Several crash fixes are in this particular one. We also went through and changed a lot of the skill names for your
Skill
masteries.
names. Yeah, I think if you open up your mastery list there, you can probably see.
Here, let me just zone to the other one real quick.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of it though.
TAYP.
YP.
Yes.
So I'm sure DPTome's going to love us for that, but yeah, a lot of the names of the skills and changed, and we changed the descriptions a little bit to be a little bit clearer
Yeah, I
on
mean,
what they actually do.
Those of you who have progressed through and gotten some of the deeper masteries, you will have noticed that the tooltips may have not been optimally described, and we've spent a lot of effort going through and rewriting them so you have good information to base your mastery placement on. That's actually pretty nicely decorated. I like that. What is that outside? A fountain?
Yeah. Either that or like, gotta hook up
Wow.
a horse and make grain or something. I don't know.
That is cool. Yeah, I really like the fact that you can decorate the outside area of your house too. Wow. Someone's showing me up. Jeez, that looks great.
All the cool stuff that you can put in there. What's really neat is
Nice.
all this stuff is separate items that you actually have to place. It's not as like a kit. So like this telescope, the little bottle on there. And what's kind of cool is when you actually are decorating, you also can lock items together. So if you want to have a table full of stuff, you can actually move that table around with the stuff on it, which is really kind of neat.
I mean, you can even move the whole house with everything inside of it. So if you misplaced your house or you want to add, wow,
Ooh.
that looks better than the upstairs of my house. Is this what you do? You just go into other people's houses and hang out on their bed?
Yeah, just sit around in their bed for a while. I don't know.
That's what GMs do.
Okay, so that gives you an idea what a little bit about housing and the secret apartment that's coming out with this update this next week. What else we got going on? How are we doing on time, anyways? Oh, we got a little bit of time here. So let's.
Pull open your mastery window.
Oh, you want to show off, don't you?
I don't want to show off. I just want to show people how. So, a lot of ability names have changed. In our update notes, we're actually going to publish the old names of the abilities and the new names of the abilities. Only a couple abilities had actual mechanics changes to them, but you'll notice that some abilities have different names and all of them have better descriptions, and this is mostly just for masteries. The Oracle class got the largest rename for their mastery list. You'll see a lot of changes. Yeah, hopefully DPTome, that's just the descriptions of the abilities should help you out, but please don't hate me for changing the names.
Oh, I can't use my book here. That's mean. Evil.
Does breakdown make sense now? That's a good question.
We still don't know what it does.
Kind of. No. Don't know. Really don't know. I know that it adds... So the theory behind breakdown is it's supposed to add some sort of a stun component to the Guardian's attacks. I don't know if that stun component is applied through only special abilities or through every attack. So I've actually specifically asked for clarification on that, and as soon as we get that, we'll push that live to you, so the talent makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, we're both very curious on exactly what that one does, because both of us
Both
have
of us play Guardians.
Guardians that we have as play characters as one of our mains.
Yeah.
So we'll go through some questions and stuff as we finish off the show here. I'm just going to kind of show off a little bit of Wintertide here and in the background here. So feel free to ask. Oh, the emote system. That's actually a good thing to show off.
Yeah, good question.
Yes, good idea. So emoticons. Here's the new thing we've added in here. So we got like angry. Oh, he does look angry. I wonder if he'd look even more angry if I didn't have a hat on. That didn't work so well, did it?
He just looks angry in that armor.
Well, that's true. I tend to look angry all the time anyways. Let's see. What else we got here? Laugh. Ha
Yeah.
ha ha.
And the emotes are going to be in the Wintertide update in .2, OB.2.
So those role players out there, it gives the opportunity to play around a little bit more, show some of the emotion.
Yep.
That's certainly a cool feature that's coming into there.
Yep, and another good question was asked in chat. We did add a system to reduce the amount of potential gold spamming in the world. So you'll see that in this next build. Hopefully that'll clean up some of our public chats. And basically, the way that the new system is going to work is if you see somebody who's spamming gold in public